In the ancient lands of Judea, a gentle carpenter from Nazareth named Jesus was gaining followers and spreading a message of love, peace, and divine salvation. His teachings resonated with many, but not all were pleased by his presence and the growing assembly of believers that followed him. In the city of Jerusalem, amidst the bustling markets and sacred temples, a tense atmosphere permeated. Passover was approaching, a time when the Jewish population swelled to celebrate the exodus from Egypt. The Roman authorities viewed these gatherings with wary eyes, attentive to any whisper of revolt. Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor, was burdened by the weight of maintaining peace across the restless territories. He had heard of Jesus and the fervor he inspired among the people. To some, Jesus was a prophet, the Messiah, but to the religious leaders, he was a threat, accused of blasphemy. One evening, in the dim light of the Mount of Olives, Jesus was betrayed by Judas Iscariot, one of his closest followers, for 30 pieces of silver. Arrested in the Garden of Gethsemane, he was taken bound to the high priests where he faced accusations of blasphemy. The following morning, Jesus stood before Pilate, the embodiment of Roman power. Caiaphas, the high priest, and other religious leaders presented their case. They claimed Jesus professed to be the King of the Jews, a title that threatened Roman imperial authority. Pilate, a pragmatic ruler, was reluctant to condemn a man he found no fault in, yet the clamor of the gathered crowd drowned out his hesitations. To placate the masses, Pilate offered a compromise. It was customary to release a prisoner during the Passover festival. He presented them with a choice: Jesus or Barabbas, a notorious prisoner. Urged by the priests, the crowd chose Barabbas. Against his better judgment, Pilate condemned Jesus, ceremonially washing his hands to signify his reluctance and to absolve himself of any guilt. Jesus was scourged, a tortuous whipping that left his body broken and bleeding. A crown of thorns was viciously pressed onto his head as mockery of his claim to kingship. Weighed down by the cross he was forced to carry through the streets of Jerusalem, Jesus stumbled and faltered. Simon of Cyrene was compelled to assist him. The path led to Golgotha, the place of the skull, where Roman soldiers executed the condemned. Under the oppressive glare of the midday sun, Jesus was crucified. Nails pierced his hands and feet, and he was raised upon the cross. As he hung there, he offered words of forgiveness for those who tormented him. "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." As the hours passed, the sky darkened, mirroring the grief of those who watched helplessly, including his mother Mary and the disciple whom he loved. Finally, with a loud cry, Jesus released his spirit, declaring, "It is finished." The earth shook, and the curtain of the temple was torn in two, a powerful symbol of the profound spiritual shift taking place. His lifeless body was taken down from the cross and placed in a tomb. The tomb was sealed with a heavy stone. Yet this was not the end. 3 days later, the stone was found rolled away, and the tomb empty. For his followers, the resurrection became the cornerstone of a new faith, a faith that would spread throughout the realms of Rome and beyond. The story of Jesus, once a humble carpenter, endured far beyond the reach of any earthly empire.